Well, good evening, good evening, good evening once again, and welcome to our featured encounter here this evening. It will be the defending champions, the Roaring Lions in the orange, taking on the third place team, the Uprising FC in this evening encounter as we continue a third week of action, live football action right at the Raymond E. Gishad Technical Center right here in Rainbow City, England, the British West Indies. Good evening to all our viewers. Good evening, and I say good evening to my commentator, Doc. Good evening and welcome. We're in for a mouth-watering encounter here tonight.
Yes, it does promise to be a very thrilling affair between these two sides. Of course, the main story today is that Pell is back. Captain Pell is back for the Roaring Lions.
Yes, and we will certainly see what they bring to the table in terms of their organization. We know they're a very organized team, both whether it's the B team or the senior team. We'll see how well they will gel here this evening. For the most part, the senior team, and I want to say kudos and congratulations to the man Jermaine Hughes as well for really inking that contract with I think it's Cogs Hill. If I'm not mistaken, that's the name of the club that he's assigned today in the UK. Well done, young man, and continue to do the fine work. As always, you've been an astute and ardent football player at your profession, doing the necessaries and using all your skills to the ability. And certainly one of the pillars of the Roaring Lions team as well. But they've got quite a number of players. We've got Tafari back from the red card. Capel is back from an injury that he carried. We are going to see the likes of Tyreek as well, mercurial midfielder here in the midfield. He too was carrying a niggle. We saw him in the first encounter. And yes, this is going to be a really good game here. Refereed by a good senior referee, I call him Mr. Kamal Harden Hadj. He's assisted by Tashim Fleming and the youngster. Is he a Fleming as well? So Kyle and Fleming, there's a Fleming's connection. Fleming in the boot as well. So yes, welcome, and here we go.
It's going to be the Uprising in their green and black from the left of screen to right, while the Roaring Lions back in their orange strip from the left of screen to the right. It's going to be Fu loses out, but picked up now by Jarvis Jones. Jones goes back towards, that's Ramos. Back with Ramos now. As we can see also, the man Screechy Oliver Walker is making his first start today for this 2022 AFL season. It's going to be the Uprising with the first attack. Trying to break away at speed, but is forced to go sideways. Now Ramos chips it over the top, down the right-hand side, and he will lose out on this occasion, and it's out for a goal kick.
So we see just a few tactical adjustments by Gaikwad. We're not seeing Yariel. We have seen Antoine starting in his position. Four is playing in a more central role.
Yes, and they brought in Denny Derrick as well to start the wing in place of the man Fu. It's Tafari Smith towards Mighty. Mighty to Screechy. Screechy. And Tyreek Lake will find this way over out wide towards Keon Woodley. Woodley making his third start in the AFL, this being his fourth start overall for the Roaring Lions. Just really breaking into the team now at 18 years of age. Of course, feature of the Anguilla on the 20 male side that was in action as of last year. It's DeForest Smith now. Given away, here's Denny Derrick. Derrick down the left-hand side. There's a good challenge put in by Tyreek Lake, and it's out for a throw-in.
So,
with no Matthew Brown as well, looks like, and also Trey Gums is out for the Uprising. So is that Adrian Carty, who has started in at right back, and the man Rashad, who started at right back, has come over to left back. So with the Uprising, they're missing a couple of their key figures.
They look well. It started off well organized as well. And should be pretty good encounter here.
Jones. Free kick comes in. It's up and over the goal of Kareem Burris. It's going to be a goal kick.
Powerful free kick from some distance out. Had to way over the bar. No harm. But both of these teams have really started off well. The Uprising, they have looked compact. They have looked organized. And certainly looks as if they've been well drilled so far.
Also for the Lions, I'm not seeing Damari Prince as of now, but it's with Capel Battis. Now Mighty forward towards Oliver Walker, and he gives away a handball. Or is that for the shove? I'm not sure what the foul is exactly for, but it's going to be a free kick to the Uprising. Rashad. Ball chipped over the top, looking for Fu, but it's cleared now. Here come the Roaring Lions. Capel Battis. Battis towards, looks like Tyreek Lake. Now out wide with Mighty. Mighty back inside towards Keon Lee, but Lee loses out to Fu. But Fu's touch is a bit too heavy. Throw to the Lions. Mighty. Lake. Towards the man Jay here, Jaden Abbott. And the referee says, play on, please.
I think that has been, in usual time, that would have been a handball, but not with the new rules.
It's going to be Capel Battis. Battis. And towards Lake. And him and Jay just not being on the same page as of now.
I think the pass was just a little too hard from the player there in Lee.
Out wide towards Capel, but he can't keep it in play. It's going to be a throw-in. Rashad. I'm going to take this throw-in. Goes short towards Jarvis Jones. Jones towards, looks like Ramos. Again, still awaiting the team sheets. Mighty. Throw goes down the line towards Screechy and Kimani Hodgman's the header out for a throw-in once again to the Lions. And it's...
Is this going to be a repeat performance of last week's match, Doc, where we had the Ducks United and this team?
As the ball comes in, Darian did not claim, and the defender had to get a touch because Darian Carty came out and he missed it completely.
Yes, certainly missed it completely. I was wondering why isn't the head of Screechy or some one of those Alliance players not in the vicinity to at least get a head and goal, but well defended there by the defense for the Uprising team.
Jones tries to ping it across the field, and it looks like took a bad bounce there. think that's Dion Burton who's starting up top once again for the Uprising. Tafari Smith. Now J. To Keon Lee, who, after a bit of miscommunication, gives away the throw-in.
I think he would have better served to at least let the ball play from ball position and change the wing, because the ball was coming back from this side. The play should have gone on the other side too, is that Brooks Bell, because he was wide open in acres of space.
So, of course, the man, Brooks Bell, is very versatile. He has played in midfield this season. He's deputized at centre back. Now playing over on the left wing. Booted forward. Screechy. Out wide now towards Brooks Bell, who sends it forward, but picked up now and well defended by Ashawn Hodge. Derek. Down the line towards, that looks like Fu. But Fu will lose that after a good touch by Tafari. It's a throw to the Uprising. Still 0-0 here into the 9th minute of play. Rashad.
Well, Doc, you know, these two teams did not get to meet in last year's tournament. And we look to see, we see quite a number of players, especially those from the Salsa Ballers as well, come in to have a look at this match.
Yes, of course, the man Ricardo John, who's been a revelation in this tournament so far, as well as Shamin Naldo Charles, who just strolled past the booth area. Have both been good. Have both been goal scorers for the Salsa Ballers so far. Ricardo John, of course, from Trinidad, and having featured in tournaments as prestigious as, I believe, the CONCACAF Champions League, I believe he played in. Having played for La Firpo, I believe, in the El Salvadorian League. Ball over the top, looking towards the speedy Dion Burton, but a good header there by Marvin. Out wide to Brooks Bell. Brooks Bell goes back to Keon Woodley. Ball forward, it's cut out. That now by Rashad. Ashawn Hodge. Mighty wins the header. Lee back with Tafari. Tafari Smith back from suspension. Booted forward. Header is won by, that's Kimani Hodge. Mighty. Mighty pings it across the field. And the header is not really convincing, but it does the job. Here comes Rennie trying to send Tion running there. And he almost succeeded as well. That was in with, ooh, that's a bit risky there from Keon Lee, but he wins it back out wide towards Mighty. Mighty puts the ball in towards the penalty spot, and it's not a convincing clearance by any stretch of the imagination. Back with Tafari. Oh, and here comes Dion Burton trying to break away at speed, but Marvin is fast and Tafari is faster. But it's a risky pass again, and Boris had to come out because, again, the ever-present Dion Burton was lurking, and it was a ball over the top towards Brooks Bell that he couldn't control.
What a ball from number 32, Leak. Brooks should have been heading in and goal at one, but voting the danger there was the Roaring Lions just making a meal at it at the back there. and almost getting themselves into trouble there. But it was a brilliant pass there by Tyreek, who Brooks wasn't reading it as well as he should have, and ball going into touch. But here's the Rowan Lions again on the attack. The ball is with
Jaden Abbott. Towards that was looked like Capel, who tried to find Kean Lee and will do so. Lee trying to break past two players. Looks for a free kick, does not get one, loses possession.
And while the ball is playing, why is he berating the AR? The player's gone already. You need to continue playing. The play's gone.
Just play the game.
The play's gone. I'm not too sure why is he there. The play continues. You play to the whistle. I think what I'm seeing here, I don't know if it's lack of match practice, but the spacing for the Roaring Lion, especially in the center of attack, is not as nicely spaced as they can be, and hence the reason you've seen where the Uprising are getting a lot of the balls cleared. Bad pass there again by Lee.
Here's Fu out wide towards. Ooh, that's a risky challenge. It's going to be a free kick.
I'm not sure about that one, Doc, because
I think he left the ball and went for the man initially.
Burton was nowhere near the ball.
And neither was the defender. So, Marvin went and cleared him out. I think that's a good call by referee Harding.
I'm not too sure about that one at all.
I think Marvin left the ball and made a play at the man, and that gave away the free kick. It's going to be Captain Rennie. Rennie puts a ball in that Boris will have absolutely no issue with. He miscues his kick somewhat, but it will find Jaden Abbott, who can't keep it in play. It's out for a throw-in.
So we've not seen the real fluidity of the Rowan Lions midfield in play, aside from Tyreek, who looked the most composed and the most settled on the ball.
Is Burton out wide to Rennie. Rennie looking for space for a shot, has a shot, but it's wide of the target. But the Uprising are looking threatening.
And look where Brooks Bell is. The Brooks Bell should have been right in that area where Rennie would have picked that pass from. He's there waiting in no man's land, waiting for it. Not good setup there at all.
You know that a team is very deep when a man who scored a hat trick last week can't even make the starting 11 this week. The man Mark Anthony Edwards, scoring some 3 goals last week, was unable to make the starting 11 due to the man Oliver Walker, who did score a hat trick as well, being available to start this one. Free kick to the Roaring Lions. Into the 17th minute of play.
Well, 3 pillows over the ball. And you can see Tyreek there saying, what is going on?
And referee Harding having a bit of a chat. Taking short. Now it's going to find, that's a ball through, looking for Jaden Abbott. Abbott tries to get space for a shot. Goes down, referee waves it off. Good touch as well. Ball through is Rennie. Out wide to Derek. Derek into Fu, who leaves it alone for Jarvis Jones. Jones goes back to Fu. Fu down the line to Derek. Derek gets past the man rather easily. Derek plays it through towards Dion Burton, and that's very good recovery speed there, shown by the man Tafari Smith.
And I must say, good work there by our fellow commentator Millington, jack of all trade, man of many talents. did a splendid job out there in the line from my vantage point there, because I think most persons would have missed that goal. And so, certainly, I'm going to let you use your expertise on the microphones now.
It's going to be.
Thank you very much, Tony. And good night to all those who taking our commentaries. I say good night to the man in the hot seat, Doc.
Good evening, Millie, and I must say well done there on the line, especially on that goal call there. Not many would have been able to see that, but with your vantage point, you were able to spot that the ball had crossed the line. It's going to be a throw-in now to the Roaring Lions. Sorry, the Uprising, sorry. With the ball coming off the Roaring Lions at the final touch there. Rashad. Ball inside. Picked up now by a Tyreek Lake, who boots it forward to pretty much nothing but green shirts. Oh, and Ashawn there took a bit too long to play that pass. Kimani Hodge out wide, looking towards, looks like Rene, who's playing on the wing today. And it's a bit odd, the Uprising formation, but it seems to be less of a 4-2-3-1 and more of a 4-3-3, with Fu playing more as a second striker rather than a typical attacking midfielder. Being able to support Deon Burton and leaving the man Ramos as well as Jarvis Jones in the midfield. As it's a ball coming across the face of goal, that will be picked up now by Kimani Hodge. Kimani looks to go down the line, but is out of touch, but an Uprising throw.
Well, we see the Rowan Lions being strengthened with their captain, the regular captain, Capel Baptiste, is back and carrying the armband. The Rowan Lions, to this point, have not been at a full strength. Nonetheless, this is just the start of the tournament, and so far so good. And they also have the central defender
Tafari.
in the man of Tafari back after one game suspension. Tyreek, who didn't start also their first game, he is on the park as well. So it has been a season for the Rowan Lions, the commencement of this one, they have been hit with a number of injuries and absentees of their players being overseas. Nonetheless, they are still on a winning streak, two games played and 2 wins so far.
Well, it's going to be the Roaring Lions with Capel Baptiste lining up a shot, but it's up and over even the back screen and into the car park.
I'm not sure what it is, Doug, but we have noticed for most of the shots that have been taken on this side of the park, they just tend to go up. You know, and what players have to understand is that, one, the wind is coming across. The way the wind is blowing, it is always going to take the ball up. And so we will notice that players are going for strength and they are going under the ball. And once you get under the ball, it's going to go up.
And it's going to be a free kick the way of the Roaring Lions. Looked like he was backed into by an Uprising player. Free kick taken quickly. Tyreek Lake. And it looked like Keon left it for Capel, but Capel wasn't aware. And Rene is going to send it forward towards Fu. But Kareem Burris is off his line rather quickly. Burris, who there was some injury concerns about early in the season as well. But he hasn't missed a game. Has started every single one, and the only time he came off was in a blowout to give a younger goalkeeper in Alejandro Curiel back into danger, and Walker wins it, finds Brooksville. Brooksville picks it up, flips it back, and just doesn't come off the way he intended.
Well, on that play, Walker did well to get a boot to that one, to win that one. He was crowded by two defenders, but that must be a foul. That must be a foul. That must be a foul. Oh. The player did get two hands to him, open palms, lucky not to be called.
Switches the play. As a shot comes in, Darian Carter will have no issue with it. Still scoreless here at the Raymond English Optical Center. Both teams yet to really have a clear-cut chance as well. Russia. Looking forward, finding pretty much no one to the chagrin of the man Matthew Brown here in the stadium right in front of us. The Uprising player who's still on suspension, I believe.
Well, I guess he picked up several yellow cards in the previous two games, and as a result, has to sit out this one. I'm not sure if it's an injury scare, but I know he would have picked up several yellow cards in the season so far.
He's a very aggressive player, the man Matthew Brown. It's going to be throw in on the corner.
That's right.
Free kick actually. It's going to be a free kick to the Roaring Lions. Abbott over his son, the veteran of the Lions side, Jimmy Abbott. I think he's 37 years old.
Well, certainly plays still as if he's 27.
Good ball in here, headed towards the penalty spot and booted clear. As far as Keon Woodley. Woodley finds Captain Batiste. Walker, Batiste looking up wide towards Tafari. Back inside, and that one is up and declared, but it's up for a corner.
Well, certainly, and Darian had his near post covered down, and in the end, it goes out for a corner. But so far, Lions in the last 5 or so minutes has been pressing Uprising and has been playing in the Uprising half. Uprising is in a defensive mode, and again, it's not a defensive play for the Uprising.
It's a corner came into the back post and had to touch for a goal kick.
So your team will be in action tomorrow. What are your expectations?
Well, with us having about 8 starters injured, I do not know. Was with 2 players going down the last encounter, and Kevoy Lake and Javon Richards both going down. We're still unsure.
You hearing me? Yeah. kick taken by Uprising. As we start. Walker picks it. Walker. On the right back. Robbed off it. It's gonna come away. It's Capello looks for Walker. Finds Walker. Walker with the ball. Walker gets it into Bell. Bell looks for Walker. And cleared down by Carty. It's Fu with the ball. Fu looking for well, Capel Baptiste on his return in the 33rd minute of play. It's the man, Capel Baptiste, who makes it 1-0, and the Royal Lions are beginning to roar. 1-0. So good evening and welcome. We are back with you live. I hope that you can hear us loud and clear. Due to some technical difficulties, we were off for a bit, and so we do apologize and Hope that you are hearing us loud and clear. And it is the Royal Lions who have scored in the 33rd minute of play. The man Capel Batty is coming back for his first game from injury and has opened the Lions scoring. So it's 1-0, 1-0 in favor of the Royal Lions. Goal coming in the 33rd minute of play from the boot of the man Capel Batiste. Here is a shot going wide. It's going to be a goal kick. Or corner signal. Corner signal by corner signal.
Well, it's going to be a corner now. It's going to be a corner now. Is the signal. And it's the Uprising are going to have an opportunity here.
That is a ball that has been cleared now. Lions
As it's
picked up.
Jones looking to turn, picked up now by Mighty. Mighty driving away on the right-hand side. It's going to find Abbott. Abbott looking for Screechy, but it's a bit behind him now. Now it's Ramos to Fu. Over to Rennie. And cleared now. Over on the right-hand side, once again, they're trying to break away, but they're going to be cut out now, and it's out of touch. The Uprising with a throw-in right near the corner flag on the right-hand side. Throw comes in towards, it looked like Adrian down there. And now it's with Ashan. It's going to be the Roaring Lions. Ball forward towards Capel Batiste. Batiste gets past the man. Batiste puts it across. And Darian makes a good save. It's going to be a corner kick now to the Lions. Up 1-0 off the boot of the returning, debuting for this season, Capel Batiste. Corner. Ball comes in, it's high. And it's headed back in the danger area. That's a rocket. That is superb. That is absolutely sensational from a center back, no less. Marvin has pulled off an absolutely spectacular effort. A volley from the edge of the area with complete precision. That was some strike.
Well. I have noticed so far in the season, Doc, that the center backs have been scoring some magnificent goal, and that is nothing short of another one. What a brilliant effort there. Brilliant effort from the man Marvin, and Lions are up 2-0 in the 38th minute of play.
Well, that is certainly a clean strike. Marvin, the technique was pristine. It was elegant from a center back, no less. Well.
Sumptuous, you'll say.
The Uprising suddenly down 2-0. Rashad Boots it forward. Only as far as the goal scorer Marvin. Playing with a lot more swagger now. Stepping over the ball and dummying it. It's Tyreek Lake. Lake towards, looks like Jaden Abbott. Now Screechy. Now out wide with Shamari Mighty Bryan. Brooks Bell turns. He's going to find Keon Lee. Lee gets past the man easily. Lays it off. Now it's all the way out wide. Looking for Jaden Abbott. Cut off now. It's Adrian Carty. To Rene. Rene forward to Fu. And Fu is going to win his team a... No, he does not win his team a throw-in, says referee Harding. It's Lions ball.
Well, what a goal. What a goal that was. We saw Noah Bradshaw. It was in 2 previous games for the Limers. And now...
We also saw the man Masimba Bowen from the Ducks United.
Indeed. So it has been the center backs.
As he goes in, and it's going to be a clearance now by the Uprising, only as far as Mighty. Mighty goes back to Marvin. Marvin. Forward to Brooks Bell, who goes inside towards Keon Lee. And Lee wins a free kick.
Lions have certainly settled down and has been playing the better ball so far in the last couple of minutes. The last half of the 40 that has been playing. They really started not as the Lions we have come to know them as.
Marvin boots it forward to the back post. And it comes down to a Lions player, and he couldn't get the crucial touch he needed. But it's still with the Lions who gave away a free kick, it looks like there.
That's foul being called against Tafari.
It's Ramos. Ramos goes back to Adrian Carty, and he gives it away. It's with Screechy. Now, Capel Battis. Pell is going to find Mighty. Mighty to... Ooh, and Brooks Bell was not on the same page as his teammates, and a chance for Dion Burton to turn. Burton is going to find Denny Derrick. Derrick boots it over the top, looking for Fu. There's one now by the Lions defense. Out wide with Jaden Abbott, who switched wings with Kahina Brooks Bell. A good touch, and the Lions will regain control of the ball. Brooks Bell goes back to Mighty. Mighty inside to Keon Lee. Lee back with Mighty. Brooks Bell. Into the 43rd minute of play. And it's 2-0 to the Roaring Lions. Capel Batiste and Marvin scoring the 2 for the Lions. And here comes Dion Burton. He was looking to send the man Fu running away at speed. And Fu is still in here, Fu. But Marvin does brilliantly well there. And that's the benefit of having 2 fast center backs for the Roaring Lions. In both Tafari Smith and Marvin. They're both rather quick.
Indeed, they are. They are very fast. They are fast and they're physical.
They're able to keep up with most attackers. And we know Dion Burton is not slow himself.
Of course not. Of course not.
Free kick to the Uprising. Up lumbers the big center back in Kimani Hodge. Some 6'5", all 6'5" of him. Rather tall is the man, Kimani Hodge. Just 18 years of age as well. Chipped in by Jones towards the aforementioned Hodge, but it's cleared by the Lions. Only as far as Jarvis Jones. Jones looks out wide. Picked up now by Abbott. Back out wide now with looks like Keon Woodley, who can't keep it in play, and it's out for a throw in.
Oh, I am encouraging you that one of these days that you take up referee. You think that you will take up refereeing one of these days?
I have said before, and I will say again, I do not envy the job of a referee. No matter what you do, you never, you can never please both teams, both parties.
Well, I'm not sure if it's about pleasing because you will never please everybody. You can never. You will never please all the players. You will never please all the spectators. Or what you want to ensure is at the end of every game at the end of every game that you are satisfied with yourself that you will have accomplished the task that you went out there to do, and that is to manage the game and manage it well, and you are governed by laws, and so the game is run by laws, and I think what I have seen is that a number of our coaches don't even know the laws of the game, and it's very strange that when you play cricket, even the players don't know the laws of the game in football.
And I wouldn't say that we don't know that. Here comes Screechy. Screechy puts it in towards Capel. Betis, who has a shot, and it's sliced away. I wouldn't say they don't know the laws. They just follow the laws according to what will give their team the advantage. I, as a coach myself, would know that even if I know that that may not be the correct call, if it advantages my team, I would make an appeal for it.
Well, I have seen you at your best and very well explained. And nonetheless, I will still believe, though, I still hold to the fact that, you oftentimes players would make a play and they will think. But that's the end of the first half, so we will continue our conversation in the second half. But so very well done by Lions. The Lions taking a 2-0 lead into the second half. It was the man Capel Baptiste on the stroke of the 32nd minute, and to top it off in the 37th minute of play from a wonderful header. It was the man Marvin who made sure that the Lions is sitting high and dry in an advantageous position, 2-0. So until we come back to you at the end of this break, in about 12 minutes or so, we will rejoin you live from the Raymond Igesha Technical Center. Until then, this is the voice of choice, taking you back to master control.
Welcome back to the Raymond Eagleshaw Technical Center for the commencement of the second half between the Uprising FC and the Roaring Lions FC, sorry. And the Roaring Lions have gotten off to a fantastic start in this game as they are up some 2-0, and we've seen for the Uprising, they've made a change early as their number 10 has been replaced by Yariel, the number 2. So is that Rene, the captain, who's been replaced? I'm not certain.
Yes, it looks like Rennie making way for the man Yariel.
And look at Fu has taken up the armband for the Uprising. We've just seen the man Trey Gums. He's gone over to the dugout area. The ball hit the referee. It's going to be a drop ball.
Seem to have arrived late, the man Trey Gums. And that is one of the issues that we are going to be having with this year 2022 football season, because a number of our players works in the hotel industry, and time seemed to be an issue. Oh, that was a lovely attempt, but could not execute.
Yes, the problem with that is that every single footballer that plays in the AFL still maintains an amateur status. So they all have to work full-time jobs as well. And as is Yariel, who's coming down the right-hand side.
It's going to be a corner, and we are seeing the lengthy figures of the two central defenders. That's Ashan Hodge and
there's a player down for the...
It was a 50-50 ball, and the man Woodley attempting to clear there, and seemed to have been a collision with the legs of Yariel, and he has been asked to off to the side. Split will continue with a corner. Yariel the man.
Yariel Fleming. Ball towards Kimani Hodge, who gets his header pretty much straight up into the air. What is a touch by Adrian, which is a bit poor. And G will pick this one up. And G has gone down and will win a free kick.
Abbott. Let's get in his foot. Stepped on. Referee Harden Hodge is just telling him to. We are not playing stamping, we are playing ball. So
Football.
let's be aware. Well, got to be something that was said. Something that has been said, because Hodge spoke with him, and it seemed that he was very vocal, and so Hodge is saying you cannot get away with insubordination on my field.
It's going to be a free kick to the Roaring Lions. Lee. Back towards the man Tafari Smith. Out wide to Mighty. Mighty, who as you come and ever present in this Lions side, pretty much solidifying the right back slot and allowing for the man Kean Lee to move into midfield as Marvin gives it away, and Yariel turns, the ever skillful, ever showboating Yariel, pulling off a fancy turn there in the midfield, getting a bit of a woo from the crowd. Jones over the top towards Yariel, but a bit too much on it. It's going to be a throw-in.
You know, one of the things I would always say in sports, I don't mind you trying to be fancy, and as pretty as it looks, it is not a goal. And so, with all the prettiness that you will want to display, I admire you, but put the ball in the back of the net.
Precisely, precisely. Well, it's going to be a throw-in now towards Walker. Walker finds Abbott. Abbott to Capel Batiste. Given away now. And looks like the man Keon Lee, who's slotted in at left back due to Keon Woodley being off the field injured, as Capel boots it forward, but as Sean clears for the moment. Back with Batiste, who was looking inside towards Brooks Bell, but the Uprising can clear. Fleming finds Burton, and Burton with the missed touch will allow for Keon Lee to break away. Lee. Brooks Bell. Mighty. Again, no one really playing on the right-hand side again due to Keon Lee having to slot into left back and Brooks Bell starting into midfield. It's with Screechy. Goes out wide to Abbott. Abbott puts it in towards Capel Batiste, but a crucial touch, but Fu falls. Allows for Lee to pick this one up. Lee lays it off to Tyreek Lake. Back to Keon Lee. Batiste trying to find some room, and Uprising can clear.
Woodley has been summoned back onto the field, but not moving as freely as we're accustomed to see him. And for the sake of Lions, they would hope it is not an injury that will cause him to be out, as they have suffered a number of injuries and absentee players. Here is Capel Batiste. Capel. Shot blocked. And here comes Burton playing the ball, looking to get around it, but has too much work to do. It is the man Lee. Woodley is favoring that right knee. And I am not sure that Coach Nico would want to further endanger him, and so the player would want to play. That is what the one thing that you can assure. The player always want to play. Well,
you know, Keon Woodley's been suffering with an injury on that leg for a very long time. He's gone on pretty much every game this season with that leg bothering him. Abbott down the left-hand side. Jaden Abbott. The Lions, they do have defenders on their bench, of course, and Jaden Laurent, he's a defender by trade. Well, if they wanted to be a bit more attacking, they would be able to bring on a guy like Kieran Warner. It's going to be Damari Prince, it looks like, and he may slot onto the wing. Brooks Bell going to the midfield, and Keon Lee may go to left back. Here comes the Uprising. Ball looking towards Yariel.
Here's a good ball. Yariel giving chase. Can he pick it up? Yariel picks it up. Looks up, looking for help. One green and black in the box, and he can't get the cross off. That was poor by Uprising. Uprising there, mounting an attack, but in the end, Nothing coming of it. Goal kick taken. Sean Hatch. Oh, gives it away, but off Abbott, and it goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in. Man Prince is getting ready to make his entry as the throw been taken there by Uprising.
Yes, and again, as I suspect, he will probably come onto the wing, and Lee will go into midfield. Sorry, Brooks. Here comes Dion Burton, but again, a lone soldier there. I suspect it'll be Brooks Bell going to midfield and Lee going to fullback.
I'm not sure why Burton was coming back to his right, because he would have beaten Tafari was beaten, and I would have thought that his best option was to go to his left. He pulled Tafari, so to go to his left and had the space. He was in the penalty area and asked Tafari, if you are brave enough to take me out or to offload the shot. He could have.
So it will be Keon Woodley who's replaced by Damari Prince. Initially, Prince will be playing at left back, but I suspect that may change as the game progresses. Mighty into Lee. Now it's Prince. Forward to Abbott. Abbott finds Lee. Lee back out wide to Abbott. That's lovely. Abbott down to the byline. That's a good tackle there. But it looks like Kimani Harjan out for a throw-in.
Walk by this speedy Abbott. You said Abbott is about 37 years old. You certainly won't tell that at all on the field.
As it's the Uprising who can clear. But for a team that's down 2-0, they are playing rather defensively. With pretty much Dion Burton being the lone soldier up front for them.
I'm not sure if they are playing defensively by virtue of wanting to, but it's a pressure that has been applied by the Rowan Lions. They are on the back foot, seemingly. They have not been given that opportunity or allowed the freedom to play out of their own half.
We're going to see Trey Gums, who will be making his way onto the field of play momentarily. Picked up by, looks like Tyreek Lake. Gets past a couple, feeds the good ball towards Capel Baptiste. Baptiste shifts it across, shot comes in. That is a beautiful finish. The Roaring Lions are back to their Roaring Lions best. They are up 3-0 with a classic Roaring Lions goal.
With all the goals that we have seen in the season thus far, the build-up for that one is magnificent. Oh, absolutely magnificent. I'm telling you, it was the same man Tyreek Lake who picked up the ball. He squared it to his left for the man Capel Baptiste to run on to. Capel Baptiste took the ball. He moved forward and asked Tyreek Lake to, I'm going to give you back this ball. He gave it back to him and he slotted it wide of the goalkeeper, who had absolutely no chance. What a build-up. What a finish. Superb. Absolutely magnificent.
He started the move. He ended the move. Tyreek Lake, on his return to the Lions starting lineup, has returned with a bang.
Tyreek Lake, Capel Baptiste, the combination. Oh.
Looks like Trey Gums has come onto the field of play to replace Dion Burton. Looks like he'll be playing on the right-hand side. Usually he plays at fullback. It's with Lee. Finds Screechy. Now, Batiste. Batiste to Abbott. Abbott. Back to Capel Batiste. Now it's with Keon Lee. Lee looking through towards Batiste, but well read by Ashon Hodge. Jones. Looking out wide towards Rashad, but then Derek cut it out. And now it's with Mighty. Out wide looking, but will be out of touch for a throw-in.
In the 16th minute of play, it's 3-0. 3-0. Tyreek Lake. Oh, sumptuous. Magnificent. Beautiful.
It's the Uprising who are down some 3-0 at the hour mark in the Lions. They may not be done yet. Cuts it inside. Shot comes in. Cleared away. Playing very deep, the Uprising defenders, and a shot that the keeper could have gotten to. The defender cleared it instead. Now Damari Prince. Prince is going to find Abbott. Abbott to Screechy. Now it's out wide with Keon Lee. Lee tees up a ball, a teasing ball to the back post, and it took a crucial touch to take that out of the path of both Capel Batiste and Kahini Brooks Bell. Corner.
Well, there is a cry. There was an offside flag that went up. There was an offside flag that went up.
The only thing preventing it from being a corner.
It's
still 3-0. 3-0 for the Roaring Lions FC. The Uprising there into an early deficit as having played two of the stronger teams in this competition early. They're going to more than likely, well, there's a ball through towards Yariel Fleming. Oh, that is a powder puff shot according to Mr. Johnson. That was poor regarding the circumstances, regarding the situation. He could have taken an extra touch, could have taken it closer towards the goal, went for a weak effort from such a far distance. You wouldn't be Kareem Boyce with that if Kareem was asleep.
Well. Those opportunities don't fall to you very often.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a lovely reverse pass. Batiste just couldn't put the ball in there. Missing the final ball there on a sumptuous reverse pass there.
Well, Ariel Fleming, what did you do?
Well, I think that many people who know Ariel knows that he's been guilty of that for a long time. Back when he was playing up front in the Spartans days. And all the way to his kicks gaze, the ball comes in, and header is out for a goal kick. Even in his Kicks United days, he was guilty of not being able to finish efficiently.
He had opportunity. He had an opportunity there that I'm not sure he would get a better one and an easier one. Well, it was not a guarantee that he would have beaten Boris, but he had the ball on his boot. He beat the both defenders, and the defender was screaming to the referee's assistant for an offside. Well, the flag was not forthcoming. And so, Yariel has to understand that he's playing with a whistle. The man Abbott has been substituted.
Replaced by Keron Warner, it looks like. That's the end of the day for the veteran Abbott. Job done, it's 3-0. It's with Oliver Walker. Prince gives it away. That's going to be a throw-in. Adrian takes the throw down the line. One by Warner. Now back with Damari Prince. Prince to Marvin. Warner picks it up once again. Inside to Lee. Lee looking out wide towards Capel Battis, but winning a free kick. And again, the Lions, they're looking more and more like the Lions of old. A bit more free-flowing football, I must say.
Well, they are getting into their own in the third game of the 2022 season so far. They came away with a 1-goal-to-nothing lead over Salsa Ballers, and then 9-goal-to-nothing over the Eagles Claw. The Eagle Claw was so far from 3 games, has some 25 goals scored against them.
That is a lot. Trey Gomes, he can't send Yariel running here. Yariel gets back inside and he stops and he lets the defenders get back and puts in a shot that will have no problems for Kareem Boris.
Well.
You don't
Take your
get these
chances.
chances often versus the Roaring Lions. You don't get them. Well. It's going to be Battis. Battis turning. Battis finding Lee. Lee to Lake.
I'm not sure if you have noticed what the Rowan Lions have done. Oh. Ashan Hodge, what have you done?
Well.
Ashan Hodge, what have you done? You are fortunate. You are very fortunate. Studs up, studs showing. You are very fortunate, young man.
That was a dangerous challenge. Free kick to the Lions. As you can see, Jaden Laurent lumbering up. Ball comes in. And not cleared yet. But Terran Carty punches. Doesn't come out. Man goes down. Out for a corner.
Medics needed. That is the man Gums down.
Looks like a few changes will be made for the Roaring Lions. Of course, Laurent being one of them. I think possibly Mark Anthony maybe lumbering up as well.
So Bell is off the field at this moment. But so far, we have seen a good tournament. This is week number 3. And we have seen a lot of goals so far.
Corners taken towards the penalty area. Shot comes in. Up and over the bar. Oh, that would have been a spectacular goal.
On the valley, but it went wide.
That would have been something. Goal kick, booted long. It's with Brooks Bell, I believe. Now what Mighty. Out of touch, out for another throw. As we can see, the aforementioned Mark Anthony Edwards will be making his way onto the field of play momentarily. And I suspect it may be for the man Oliver Walker. Throw to the Lions into this, the 70th minute of play, 20 minutes plus added time left, and towards Walker, out of touch, goal kick. And it's actually going to be Brooks Bell who will be the man replaced. So Mark Anthony, who's a striker by trade, may have to play on the right wing. And he's almost in here, but that's good defending at the very end. Ball out wide, looking for Denny Derrick. But it's going to run out of touch. Well shielded there by Mighty. Throw taken down the line, looking for Screechy, but a missed touch will allow for the Uprising to gain possession. Throw to the Uprising down the line. Header is now picked up by the Lions. It's with Tafari. Goes back to Prince. Prince and Tafari having a bit of back and forth, but it's Prince driving forward, playing it in towards Oliver Walker. Walker back with Lake. Walker once again. Tafari Smith. Warner. Into Batiste. Batiste. Well through. Here comes the Lions. Good shot in. Brilliant save by Darian Carty. Not over yet. It's for Capel Batiste who puts it over. It was Mark Anthony Edwards, the substitute, who had a rasping shot at goal that Darian Carty came out and made himself big and did very well to save.
Well, brilliant effort there by Carty. Point blank shot. Point blank shot. If I ask you, Doc, to guess, because it's only that you can guess, how much goals have been scored so far in the tournament? What do you think that you would make? I give you 3 chances. 3 chances.
So, we had.
So the substitution is. I'll have to wait.
If the Eagle Class conceded about 25 alone, I would say 56.
No.
As the ball comes in, it's up in the over for a goal kick. 62.
No. It is somewhere between those 2 numbers.
As it's Capel Batiste, the main man, who will be replaced now by the number 23 in the match, Jaden Laurent. I'm not certain. No. Number 23 for the Lions is not exactly sure. My final guess will be 50.
That seems to be Rogers.
Kadeem Rogers, is it?
No, that would not be Kadeem.
No,
that would be he. Hakeem Rogers.
Yes. Hakeem Rogers, yes. It is Hakeem Rogers. But I will say is 58 the answer.
Well, 58 is the correct answer. 58 goals so far. And we have had some 13 games. And those 58 would definitely include these 3 goals tonight already.
That's showing that it's a pretty healthy scoring rate in the AFL. Some 5 goals a match.
Yes.
That's really good. Adrian Carty to take the throw in. Fu loses out. Good pressure being applied high up the field by Trey Guns and Fu. As you can see, the Uprising, they're looking to make a sub. As it will be the number 18 who'll be coming on momentarily. This is Edwards. Edwards.
That's a handball or
loses out. Jones.
Play.
Now it's back with Marvin. Marvin to Edwards. Edwards finds Warner. Warner goes back now towards Lee. Lee looks for and finds Prince. Prince. Edwards. Shot comes in by, looks like,
Warner.
Was that Warner there? Or it's wide of the target.
So the substitution is going to be made.
Is that the man Raekwon? Not certain. I think it may be Billy, the number 18 for the Uprising, who'll be replacing the number 5 in Adrian Carty. I think that's Raekwon Gums, the man they call Billy. Darian Carty takes the goal kick. It's out wide now. Now booted long by Rashad. Only as far as Tafari Smith. Mighty. Mighty goes out wide. This is good combination play by the Lions. This good build-up play by the Lions. And had Karan Warner kept running, he would have been in.
Indeed. And so, Doc, on the 17th, the tournament continues tomorrow.
Yes, it certainly does. And we have some crackers lined up for this week, the beginning of the second round. Of course.
Tomorrow at 1 in the p.m., it's going to be Diamond FC. They will be taking on the Western Predators at the Agent T. Hayes playing field. That's game number 1.
And this
Game number 2 will see Spartans at the very venue. They will be taking on the EastEnders. And simultaneously at the Aurelia Kelly playing field, it will be the Rowan Lions taking on Limers FC.
We've seen Jaden Laurent, who's made his way onto the field, replacing the number 32 in Tyreek Lake. Yes, 3 very thrilling encounters that will be taking place in the under 17 male football tournament that's been going on. And as we know, as here come the Uprising, trying to get some sort of a consolation as the shot comes in, and Coach Guy pretty much can't believe it. The points tally for the tournament thus far, the Roaring Lions have played 5, they've won 4 and drawn 1. They have 13 points, I do believe. The Spartans, they've played 5, they've won 4, and they've lost 1. And they have 12 points so far. And still awaiting the updated scores from last week, but I do know that the EastEnders, they picked up another point, so they have 7 right now. And the Diamonds having lost remain on 3, as well as the Lions having beaten the Predators going up to 9 points. So it's the Lions first, followed by the Spartans, then the Limers and EastEnders, then the Diamonds, and finally the Predators. It's the Uprising. As we're into the 80th minute of play, it's still 3-0. As again, they're trying to play typical Lions ball, but they're not really on the same page as of right now.
And if Laurent couldn't get to that one, no one else.
No one else can. He is tall. He is very tall. He has long limbs.
Warner. Looking for Walker. Walker! Oh. That's a bit of a lazy play there by Walker.
And Fu missing out now. But back with Fu. But Jarvis won it illegally, I believe. That's going to be a free kick. Smith takes it quickly. And towards Lee. Now Jaden Laurent. Into Lee. Lee goes inside. He's going to find Oliver Walker looking for space. Lays it off out wide now. Now it's with Mighty. Mighty puts the ball inside, and I don't think his crosses has really amounted to much in this encounter. As the ball goes through, he's looking for Fu, but he's not going to beat Tafari in a foot race. And Kareem will take his precious time with this one. Prince. Laurent, out of touch, throw to the Lions.
So games will continue tomorrow right here at the Remediation Technical Center. In the first game, it will be indeed the Spartans, and they will be taking on the Salsa Ballers. My bad, that's not the Salsa Ballers. They will be taking on the Attackers, sorry. The Attackers, we saw Salsa Ballers in action last night. So it's the Attackers and Spartans that will go head to head. And in the prime time game, it's going to be Ducks United taking on DFC, Diamond Football Club. So tomorrow, 2 big games right here. At 4:30 in the p.m., it's going to be Spartans FC taking on the Attackers FC. And in the prime time game, it's going to be DFC taking on Ducks United.
Free kick to the Uprising. Could this be their chance to grab a consolation? You know, Jarvis Jones can strike a pretty good free kick.
Into the 84th minute of play, it's 3-0. Goals coming from Capel Baptiste, the man Tyreek Lake, and Marvin Essien. So Marvin, Capel, and Tyreek, the 3 goal scorers for the Roaring Lions.
It's Jarvis Jones over this free kick. Strikes it up and over the bar. And the Uprising, they're going to fall to having just 3 points from their 3 games thus far. But it's a chance for them. And that's a shot that comes in when they could have played through Trey Gums. It might be a bit selfish there from, I think that was Denny Derrick.
So far, the Ducks United are in first position, virtue of goal difference advantage over the Roaring Lions. And so this weekend, the Roaring Lions, and this is their third game, looking to secure another 3 points. And they are well on their way doing so. And they are 3 goals to the better in the 85th minute of play. I'm not seeing how Uprising
And looking
can
at
really get themselves back into this one.
looking at the table as it stands right now, it's going to be the Ducks United in first. The Lions will be in second. The Salsa Ballers in third. Then the Limers, who have 2 wins, will be in fourth. And the Predators will move up to fifth. And the Uprising will be in sixth position, followed by the Diamonds and the Attackers. Then the Spartans, the Kicks United, and finally the Eagle Claw. Eagle Claw having played 3, unable to win any. Having played the most matches thus far, them and the Salsa Ballers, while the Spartans have played just the 1 game, coming out with a 4-1 loss versus the Uprising.
Yes. And that is a game that the Spartans, indeed, I'm not sure what got the better of them, but they started the game very well. They scored the first goal of the game, and they just lost it.
It was pretty much inexperienced. There were about 4 or 5 guys making their first start in the AFL. The goalkeeper was making his first start. The left back, center, midfield. There was a lot of players making their first start in the AFL, and when the experienced defender in Kivoy Lake pulled up with an injury, and the attacker Nyarel Fleming was able to run through and score, I think the heads may have dropped just a bit, especially with it being one of their more key defenders, one of their most experienced heads, a man who's been around for a while in Kivoy Lake, picking up that injury that's going to keep him out of tomorrow's encounter as well.
I like to hear you speak like that, Doc. When one hear you speak, they would believe that you have absolutely nothing to do with that team.
You have to remain unbiased when you are on commentary.
Well,
it's mighty. Out wide now with, looks like Warner. Picking up the 1-2 now, while the Lions up on the right-hand side of play. But a good interception there momentarily, but it's back with Oliver Walker, who lays it off for Mark Anthony Edwards. Good save by Darian Carty.
it was Walker who stood up, but the ball fell right back into his path. It is, it is interesting the way players play. On that occasion, he would have been touched, but he made sure. I'm not sure if he has done gymnastics, but some very acrobatic move there to what I fell in the penalty area, making sure that he tried to deceive the referee.
Yes, and we did see in their first encounter versus the Salsa Ballers, it was Keanu Lee who won the penalty that Kadeem Rogers scored, as it's a backwards header that Boris will collect.
Rogers, we have not seen on the field today.
He did go off in their last encounter injured.
know that he would have missed a couple of seasons while playing with Kicks United due to injury, and he has worked himself to back to some kind of fitness, and we saw him starting in the previous 2 games that came off as rightfully heard due to injury, and that is after he would have scored.
Did score a very good goal from this left-hand side, rifling it past the man in nets as it's given away. Jarvis Jones can pick this one up. As we're going to see the added time signaled by fourth official White, it will be 3 minutes.
Yes, 3 minutes, and certainly not enough time for Uprising to pull 3 goals back.
It's Leak out wide. Now Hakeem. Hakeem, who starts for the Roaring Lions on the 17 team as a defender, plays as a part of their defensive line.
It's very interesting that he plays defense in a junior league, and he is playing winger, a more attacking role in the senior league.
We see that with a number of these under 17 players, of course. For the Kicks United, Delaney Francis, he plays as a defender for them as well. But for the Kicks, he starts over on the wing. Of course, Delaney Francis playing with the EastEnders of the AFL under 17 league. And some other notable players, of course, young Jared Smeens, who's been dominating games really for the Diamonds FC senior team. He also features regularly for their under 17 side as well. As I must commend the Angola Football Association on the development of this Angola the under 17 league, as it provides more of a bridge between these young footballers coming up from primary school and high school and then into this senior male league, as it's more of a smooth transition as they get more experience playing football amongst their age group up until they are ready, and as a shot comes in that Carty will have no issue with.
You know, I remember just last year we were here,
we were talking about that.
Talking about age league, the various age, and the 15 and the 17. We know that we are a small community, and that, you know, we will not be able to feature the kind of quality that we would want to because of our population. Nonetheless, we have seen the under 17, and I am sure that as we hear the final whistle of the evening, and I'm sure, Doc, that no doubt that we will see the under 15. I'm hearing talks already in the pipeline that there can be an under 15 tournament coming up.
What I'm also hearing is that they're looking to implement a women's underage tournament as well. Or they will be under 15, under 17, or under 19. We will wait and see. But that's the end of this encounter here. The Roaring Lions victorious once again, remaining undefeated in the Angola Football League, winning by a scoreline of 3-0. Goals coming off the boots of Capel Batiste, Marvin, as well as Tyreek Lake, the returning Tyreek Lake. A wonderful performance from the Lions, and the Uprising, they fall to just 3 points from their first 3 encounters. So for the man Tony Fleming and the Millington, as well as the Hazel crew, I must say a pleasant good evening and a pleasant good night on a wonderful day of football action.